We live in a very toxic world, people. There's so much that we literally cannot control, from the air pollution and just stress and just so many, the quality of our food. So I'm going to control what I can control. Call it what you want. So there's a lot of things we do though that we really don't know are wrong or harmful or dangerous to our health. So I wrote down a list. Number one is the microwave. So the first thing that a lot of people do every day, whether it's to heat up that coffee or to throw in that bag of vegetables and that toxic plastic in the microwave quickly, microwaves. I do not use a microwave. I haven't used a microwave in I can't tell you how many years. I don't even leave mine plugged in. I use it as like a storage for some recipe books or whatever I want to throw in there to hide, to get it out of plain sight. But microwaves are common. A lot of people use them, and a lot of people use them daily and for their kids, or throw their kids chicken nuggets or their whatever, their vegetables, just use it so much, right? So there's a few problems with the microwave. Number one is it gives off radiation. Okay, we don't need that. I don't even have to really go into detail. Number two is it changes the structure of the food. It changes almost like the food's DNA. And our body was created to recognize real food. And when we put food in the microwave, now it alters it. So when we eat it, not only does it's gonna kill its nutritional value even further, it's going to not be recognized to your body as real food because the microwave has altered that from how it processes it. So that's a big problem, because when we consume things that our body doesn't recognize or it's altered, it causes body inflammation, and body inflammation is the root of disease and a whole other gang of problems. So definitely don't use the microwave. What can you do instead? What do? I will heat up an oven. You can use a toaster oven. What do I cook with? What you cook with is so important. You could be eating all the organic plant-based diet you want, but if you're cooking it in like non-stick toxic pans and things like that, it's just, don't even bother. So what do I suggest you cook with? Stainless steel I love, glass I love, as long as it's not colored glass, it's just plain non-toxic glass. Love that for cooking options. Those are really my two go-tos. Those are the two I stick with. So even as far as my dishes, I'll make sure I get like non-toxic dishes, because if we put hot food on plates and then the chemical is gonna leach into them, it's gonna get into all the food anyway. So I really do think of like every little thing. You don't have to do it all in one day, but I've been doing this for years. So for me now, it's like down to the food, my cookware, even what I serve it on, even my plates and forks and all that. Let's go to number two. Okay, I was so guilty of this. I was the girl that had like a million water bottles in her trunk and in her back seat because I wanted to stay hydrated and I wanted to do something that was healthy. No, you never want to drink out of plastic bottles. The plastic is going to contaminate the water, and almost all water that's out there is not good because they're putting synthetics in it and they're adding all this crap into it that doesn't even need to be there. Never drink bottled water that is in plastic. What do I drink? It's in glass. I drink Mountain Valley spring water. I love it. You can find it pretty much anywhere I get it delivered, and that is really the only water that I will drink. Number three, what's a common everyday mistake people make? I was so guilty of this. I'm such like a foodie. Even when I was eating bad or eating good, I just love to eat. So when I would wake up, I just want food. Like I want a big meal. And I know now that that's like one of the worst things you can do to your body. You know, breakfast is called break fast. So you don't want to just wake up the body and like, here's all this food and like overload your system. You want to, just how you would want to be woken up. You want to kind of slowly like, you know, tap yourself on the shoulder, wake up, you know, something soft like that. So I start my morning off with slowly waking my body up. I don't want to have this big breakfast and get all my organs kind of going. It's a lot of stress on them, and it's just not good for the body. The body needs to be slowly worked into, just like everything else. So my morning routine goes like this, and I want to make a video just for my morning routine because I don't know, I'm obsessed with it. It makes me feel great and happy, and I just love it. And I know that it's the best for my body as opposed to just eating this big meal. So my morning routine goes like this, and I get asked this a lot. I wake up, I go start my day with like 20 ounces of Mountain Valley spring water, and I'll do a lemon, squeeze half of a lemon, in my water, and I'll take my probiotics. So I'm like slowly waking my body up. The lemon water is great for liver detoxification, so I'm getting that going. Then I'll wait like 30 to 45 minutes. That will, that will fill me up until then. And then I will juice. I know everyone is such a big fan of the celery juice, and I love it. I do it a few days during the week, but I do not do celery juice every day during the week. Why? I just believe that although celery is amazing, I believe that there's a lot of nutritional value in cucumbers and carrot and kale and just so many other greens and dandelion leaves, and I like to just get them all in, during my days. I just don't want to focus on celery juice, even though I think it's amazing. A lot of people can't handle straight celery juice. They get a lot of gastro issues from it. I personally don't. But so if you started juicing and hopped on the celery train and it didn't work for you, it irritated your stomach too much, don't give up. You try a cucumber, kale, and carrot mix, or just something like that. Straight cucumber juice is something that I love. I also have that every single week. But I do juice every single day during the week, even on weekends. And I do that, like I said, a little bit after my lemon water. Then I will wait, when I'm feeling hungry. I don't really time anything. I'm just estimating between it's like 30 minutes or 45 minutes, but somewhere along the line I'll get hungry for breakfast. I want to say by now I get up at like 6:30. I would like to say by the time I eat my first meal, which is a smoothie, I would say it's probably 2 or 3 hours after I've been awake, but that was something my body had to build up to. Actually, a side fun fact is that if you wake up very hungry, like famished, like you couldn't wait to eat, there is a good possibility that you have some kind of deficiency. A healthy body will not wake up starving. A healthy body can wake up hungry. But if you wake up and you're starving in the morning, that's a sign that you need to look into something else, for sure. So anyway, now I got a little track. So by the time I have my first meal, I always do a smoothie because I want to take it easy on my body. I just don't want to start the digestive system so aggressively. I want to slowly ease into it. The first time I ever have we'll say solids, if you will, is for lunch. And like I say, I couldn't do that at first. When I first went from the standard American diet of just crap and high animal protein, to this, I remember it's the morning sucked. Like I would wake up starving, and because my body was toxic. It was nutrient deficient. It was vitamin deficient. It was deficient in a lot of mineral deficient. It was deficient. So I would wake up starving. I would not be a happy camper in the morning when I first started this. But I would say pretty quickly, within 2 weeks, I would say that completely went away. Okay, let's see. Oh my God. Okay, I was never a coffee drinker. It's just not my thing. I'm just not into it. Dunkin' Donuts and Starbucks, I know. Oh, I was at Starbucks. What was it, like a double chocolate chip frat? The cold one with the whipped cream on top? I was definitely addicted to those for a hot minute before I started this journey. But okay, so those drinks, whether it's Starbucks, Dunkin' Donuts, whatever, when you drink those, you're paying to drink chemicals. They're not organic. They're not properly sourced. There's traces of mold. There's traces of chemicals. I would say that's probably the most toxic thing you can do to start your morning. If you're drinking Dunkin' Donuts or Starbucks, I'm not saying don't drink coffee. I'm saying it has to be organic coffee. It can't be, the kind of coffee that they're serving. I know they like to dress it up and it tastes good and all that, but that really, really, really is poison to your body. On top of the cup that they put it in, now it's hot, right? The coffee's in the cup. They don't give you a stainless steel cup. Now it's leaching out all kind of chemicals from the cup. It's just a big no-go. So if you're a coffee drinker, make your own coffee. Make sure it's organic, and that's all I can say about that. And if you drink coffee because you want energy, just juice. You wouldn't believe the amount of energy that your body will get from juicing. Juicing high is a high with no crash. Like I'm not gonna crash after and then need another juice like coffee drinkers would, or caffeine Red Bull drinkers. I'm gonna just get my energy and it kind of just goes normal, and then I eat and get energy, and it's more of it's less turbulent. Okay, number 5. I have to throw this in there because I'm just a big advocate of self-love, self-care, and mental health awareness. So, don't say yes so much. Don't say yes to everything asked of you. You're going to get a million requests a day, whether it's from your husband, from your wife, from your kids, from your coworker, from a family member, from your neighbor. I don't care. Stop saying yes to everybody. Because all that's going to do is stress you out, and it's just going to ruin your health. One of the number one causes research has shown of tumors is stress, is a high stress life. So regardless if you're eating right, exercising, taking all proper supplements, doing everything, if you're overextending yourself, constantly stressed out and saying yes to everybody, you're doomed. So what can you do? Say no. No is a final, no is a full sentence, final sentence, whatever you want to call it. No, period. It took me a very long time to get there. I can't say yes to everything because I'm not going to be able to be healthy enough to even run this ship anymore. So please, please, please stop saying yes. Say no. Something, and it's not your responsibility or what have you. No. Sorry. Why? I don't feel like it. Or that doesn't make me happy. I'm not explaining myself to anybody anymore. No is a final sentence for me. It's a full sentence, period. Okay, so those are my 5 things. And guys, please remember, we are living in this toxic world. And if you can control things, control them. Because eventually it will catch up with you. Eventually your body will break down over time. And why wouldn't you want to be the best version of yourself? And is it hard? Is it annoying? I mean, maybe at first, but then it becomes habitual. Taking care of yourself and your temple and taking pristine care of you becomes habitual, becomes easy, and you'll never regret it. If anything I can promise you is you will never regret putting in this work to take care of yourself. Good night.